People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Now the first part of this video is the government of Jamaica's mad rush for bread. We are speaking about them put money over everything else in front of the people, in front of health. And people, we see that it has come back to haunt them and haunt us especially. We are talking about the people in a Portmore. Now there's a video out there and it shows the mad rush that persons in Portmore are going through as it pertains to obtaining food. We are talking about all sort of things. We are talking about essential. We are talking about food. We are talking about water. Rete, lele, blue, blah, bling. So people, take a listen, take a look at this video and then I'll give my piece. Now people, this is what Jamaica has come to. This is what Portmore has come to because of the curfew, because of the lockdown. A lockdown that was important or essential or should have taken place. However, we see that it was not well organized. However, we understand that with people in Jamaica, if you give them too much notice, the whole of Portmore, the whole of St. Catherine would have disappeared. So therefore the Ministry of Health and more specifically the government would not have been able to achieve their objective, and that is to keep we are speaking about the big C in a one place. We are talking about where it is at now, because we know that over the past couple of days we are speaking about at least 50 something persons from one call center has been tested positive for the big C. Now people, me just say it shows you, it seems like the people them living in Jamaica them don't take this thing very serious. And the truth and the fact that Jamaica and the government of Jamaica has been doing good. We are speaking about less than 70 something persons in a couple of weeks, and then bam, in a couple of days we are speaking about at least 50 something people. We are talking about 50 to 53 other persons tested positive. So people, we are now at 125 I think. Now, just when we thought that things are getting bad and couldn't get no worse, people, it is getting worse, because based on information that is out there, it is said, it is verified, it is validated that a next call center place called Sutherland Global Services that is located on South Camp Road, somebody, we are talking about an employee, has tested positive for the big C. And based on information that is out there, it is said that the Ministry of Health, them locked down that place. So people, we see that now that GHTT hit the fan, they are reacting, and people, like we see, the government of Jamaica and most persons in Jamaica, they are not proactive, they are reactive. So therefore something has to go down, something very bad has to go down before anybody do any sort of thing, and people, we see exactly what is going on. Now, based on what we've seen transparent at that other call center, we are speaking about Alarica, we are speaking about in Portmore, people, we can expect just about the same, because based on what the employees are saying, they were not given proper things to work with. We are talking about sanitizer, we are talking about Lyocell, we are talking about face mask, Rete, Lele, blue, blah, bling, the whole 9 yards. People, they were missing the whole 9 yard, point blank and period. So therefore, based on what we saw going on at that other call center in Portmore, we can almost expect the same thing. We are talking about the worst of the worst, point blank and period. So people, if we imagine that that other call center, they tested about 60 persons, and out of that 60 persons, at least 52 or 51 persons were positive. So people, what is going to happen when the government and the Ministry of Health actually test these other workers that are working in the same sort of environment? We are talking about in a cubicle, we are talking about 50 persons in a one room, we are speaking about in close proximity. People, we can expect chaos and catastrophe, and we can expect that the numbers, we are talking about the positive numbers for the big C, they are going to go up, point blank and period. So anyways, like I said before, the government of Jamaica and specifically the Ministry of Health, they were doing good as it pertains to the Big C. However, we see them drop the ball because they was looking for the bread, and people, that bread, have people fighting for bread right now. We are talking about in a Portmore. People are fighting to stay alive, and people, we can only expect that this is going to get worse if it is not contained properly. So we are talking about if the people in a Portmore are rushing out to go all over Jamaica, we are talking about to the other 14 parishes or other 13 parishes. People, we can expect chaos and catastrophe in a Jamaica, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now, before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source, one word. Don't put any space between the words. And also, I am going to be pinning the link to that channel where I speak about in the description of this video. And people, please subscribe to this channel. And when you subscribe, please press the notification bell or icon, and also press all in the option. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news, we saw that maybe about a couple of weeks ago, we saw that there was a curfew in a place called Buff Bay. We are talking about St. Thomas. We are talking about 7 miles and 8 miles to be specific. However, it seems like those persons, they basically overcome, and people, they don't want the person from St. Catherine, we are talking about Portmore, for now infiltrate their place and also spread the Big C. So this man is making an impassionate speech. He is making people know, forget about the no snitch policy. I am speaking about he wants person to inform on people leaving from Portmore and St. Catherine and trying to hide in a St. Thomas. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
Oh, good. Good.
Yes, yes. This is St. Thomas. We are calling on the government of Jamaica with the 2 members of parliament to lock up this border for us, because this is a very serious. From last night, the Prime Minister announced that he is going to lock off St. Catherine. It is now a chaos. People is running from St. Catherine to St. Thomas. And we are calling on the people of St. Thomas now to be informer. And we have to come together because it is very bad. And I'm asking the people of St. Thomas, do not take in those people coming in the parish that you do not know. And I'm asking the Prime Minister to try to lock up this border, because we do not want this. And the transportation sector in this parish, we are so scared now, because true, we have to take people from point A to point B. It is very, very dangerous for us. So Mr. MPs, we are asking you to come in and board with us to see what's best we can do for the parish, because we do not want this in the parish, and people is coming in from all over in the parish. We are asking you, please come and help us lock the border of St. Thomas, please.
Now people, there's a thing that is called revenge is a dish that is best served cold. And people, we saw that St. Catherine, and specifically we are talking about Bull Bay, we are speaking about 7 miles and 8 miles. They went through their little drama as it pertains to the Big C. And now that they have overcome, them don't want to go back to square one. They don't want person from St. Catherine, we are talking about Portmore, to try to sneak in and jump over the border. So therefore they are putting up their ice. They are putting up their border patrol. They are saying, please the snitch, call the Popo, make the Popo know say X amount of person from over Yassa come over Yassa with that big thing there, and we don't want it over Yassa. So people, the moral of the story is this: what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So the point that I'm trying to make is that whenever Bull Bay or Buff Bay had their little drama and passa, we saw that persons were basically being prejudiced against them, and they didn't want any person coming from that era to basically coming at Kingston or coming at Spanish Town or coming at St. Catherine. So therefore they are just doing the same thing that persons did to them. So people, like the saying goes, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up. Now the next thing that is popping in the news is an update as it pertains to dancehall. We are speaking about DJ Sing J, we are speaking about Dexter Daps. And this is based on an interview that his lawyer, we are speaking about Peter Champagne, did with a newspaper. We are speaking about a credible newspaper. And based on what he is saying that he did an interview with the Popo, and based on what they are saying, or they went to court and he filed a habeas corpus. Sorry. And based on what they are saying, his next court date is going to be on the 20th. So people, we are talking about today the 15th. So we are talking about maybe our next week or so. And based on the reports and based on what the lawyer is saying, he is saying that his client is held under the state of emergency and he is not officially charged. So for those of you that don't understand how the state of emergency works, that means that they can hold you indefinitely without any sort of charge while they investigate. So people, they don't really need any sort of probable cause. Them just can't hold it if them feel like something is up. If them feel like there is some smoke and some sort of FIRE. If them basically get suspicious of something. And based on the information that is out there, they are claiming that he is associated with some sort of gang activity and also some pie. We are speaking about of two persons. We are speaking about a 16-year-old and also a 26-year-old man. We are talking about a shopkeeper. We are speaking about an incident that occurred in Seaview, where he is from and where he was taken into custody from. Now people, when we think about this case as it pertains to Dexter Daps, we have to ask the question, is there something wrong as it pertains to justice in Jamaica, or do you think that these dancehall artists, them kind of act up? Do you think that they like to affiliate or associate themselves with GANGS too much and dance too much? So therefore, they are basically guilty by association, because people, based on what the Popo is saying, they are saying that this person that nobody really knows of having any sort of history of any sort of bad behavior. Well, the truth and the fact is that he was actually in a little conflict with the Popo before. We are speaking about an incident that occurred. We are speaking about maybe about 2 years ago at the airport. I am speaking about Norman Manley International Airport. And also, I heard that he was also taken into custody then. So people, like me said, that is the only issue that he has, which is basically a misdemeanor. Nothing really big. He was never charged. He was never convicted. Point blank and period. However, in this case, it seems more serious based on the fact that he is now in custody for maybe about a week, and based on the fact that he is going to do a next week. So people, we are talking about 2 weeks without any sort of charge. So the question that I want to ask is that, is there something right, or is there fundamentally wrong with a law or a rule that can basically hold anybody we are speaking about indefinitely without actually charging them? People, there is something wrong with that as it pertains to justice, point blank and period. However, the rules are the rules and the laws are the law, and Parliament basically implemented this rule and law based on what was going on in Jamaica as it pertains to all sort of crime. And we know that Jamaica seems as if it is a slap away capital of the world right now. So people, it are going bad. So therefore, like the saying goes, extreme times calls for extreme measure. So therefore, he is also a victim of the circumstance, and also he is also said to be guilty of association if he is indeed not associated with what they claim or accuse or allege that he did. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.